So I rolled a 7, and what did
I rolled a 9 on the D10.
so 9 and a 7? What does that do for us in the library?
One moment. Trying to get the
All right,
video to display.
all right.
There we go. Now the shot is of technically moon shadow, but it's representative of the general landscape. It's not too desertified yet. There's some beautiful foliage here and there. But yeah,
We are in the library, and we had to pick, I think, Hedwin as
yeah.
the God. You explain it better
Don't
because you
worry,
know
I'll
better.
cover this. So to recap, our heroes Ethel and you know
Monkey King.
Monkey King and Hagwin, we'll
Sharon.
say Taryn
Hmm.
and Hagwin.
Whoa, bad echo.
Sorry, but yeah, they came and are. I'll have to do some manual audio work. They came and are going to explore the world of Ebony's son Eskozar. They came from the space-time metro. Um, they decided to give it a visit and see what they could do to help and explore it while they're at it. They've
Yes.
come into learning about others who have come here and have started the process of re-imbuing water to the land through the shrines. A few of the shrines have already been visited. They have a key item with them that our heroes do not have, but maybe our heroes can make it a bit easier in some way from their actions. And so they will also explore, maybe independently, maybe their paths will cross, who knows, on this Ebony Sun Eskozar. Uh, they're in a library in Zephyr Oasis uh, B, I want to say. No, A. Zephyr Oasis A, that's right. And that's where most of the city stuff is. And there's a very sizable library there that goes down 3 feet, or 3 stories or so, or maybe two at least. Um, Very strange. But the further down it goes, the older the books, the more circular and scroll-like they are, shall we say. Well, rather, they are scrolls the further down you go. But they went down there and they're looking into the history of Eskozar and this place. Well, they find with a 12 and a 7 that this place's name before it was Eskozar was just simply Ozar. It was a beautiful forestry land, just absolutely covered with miles and miles of trees and wilderness and sometimes strange fungal growths. And there was a civilization they had found out over in what is now known the Whispering Dunes. And this Whispering Dunes was created by the sluices and workways that were the original gardening and farming tenders and even their own plumbing, basically, in some respects, to
Mm-hmm.
move the water around. And then when this all dried up, it basically turned into a continent-wide musical instrument covered in sand. A desert of it. With a few patched villages here and there that manages to have some way of getting water and food for themselves. But yeah, the land is pretty musical,
Barren?
waste-like out there. Barren. But musical mainly, from the wind constantly blowing on these different things, and you hear almost like a whispering echo among the strange music that comes off of it. Will sometimes beckon travelers to their doom. Yeah. Although you could find, it is said, you'll find the original city of the Whispering Dunes if you venture deep enough into it. But it's unknown if that place still exists or not, though their magical prowess says that it's possible.
Okay.
You would also get that the Ebony Sun was crafted to help manage all the crazy amounts of mana coming off of the planet, especially from the forestry and the magical plants that were made. And however, after so long, this magic just became inherent in the Ebony Sun itself, and then it is unknown exactly how or why, but it began putting out an unbalanced array of basically all the elements and not enough water. And so it made the planet just a bit too hot, and now it's been desertifying for the past 100 or so years now. And our heroes are trying to make that not happen by visiting a bunch of different shrines dotted all around the planet with this magical lantern artifact that they found in one of the shrines, and another jewel, a very powerfully magical jewel loaded with water magic. And this water magic jewel is called the Azure Heart, and the lantern is like the Lantern of Dawn, if I recall correctly. And so they put those together, and then they put it in the right spots in the shrine, and then they do the shrine ritual thing to put the magic in, and then make it put water out. Not too much, not too little, but enough to make everything better. And then for some reason, the Zephyr Oasis is a lot healthier, you note. And that's what's going on in the world. This place was a bustling hub for traders, more so than it is now, which it still is. It's just everything's a desert, so trade is a little more difficult.
Yes.
But you see caravans leaving and coming back through the desert, and then they go deeper into the forested areas, and then some trail off following the forested area in a line headed south, but it gets very dark, and then the leaves turn a strange dark purple color, and everything's very what's the word, kind of muggy, but then at the same time at night it's incredibly cold.
So we have to worry about not freezing to death.
Yep. if you go especially to the wrong climates too. But yeah, the more further into the desert, you usually have to worry about that too. Yeah. And then especially if you try to head south of here while following the tree line, and you keep like just going and going and going, and you'll run into which one is it? Then you'd run into Moon Shadow. Yep. But if you keep going through Moon Shadow, you'd then end up in Arbor Haven. But you know from sources that the other party went down into. Excuse me. Oh wait, we're in Zephyr Oasis A, not C. We're on the edge of the desert. Whereas they were in Solstice Watch, and that whole political thing happened over in Solstice Watch with all the ghosts, the Ebon Hand trying to use the ghosts to kill a local magistrate and all like that. And then the vampire coming in and saying, no, dispersed the ghost with its psychic power, and then escorted the guy back to Solstice Watch and saved him, basically, and helped the whole party. When he was doing something kind of not helpful. So luck has a way. Anyways.
Yeah.
They went south. Most thought they were going to go to Verdantia, but no, they're going straight into the water of Aquilon, trying to find the lost city of Aquilon. And they haven't heard from them since.
Okay.
And so when they come out, they'll probably come out and go straight to like Moon Shadow at Arbor Haven or whatever. But anyways, you do have the ability to get a craft. How much golds would you guys say you had on your files?
I say I have 7, 8 pieces of gold on both characters.
I mean, in the game, in your game, like the huge amount of gold.
A huge amount of gold I have right now is over 11 million.
Okay.
But I can always turn it down to 2 million.
Regardless, you minorly inflate the economy, but you're able to get another of what the other party had gone to get, if you want. There are many different ways to travel the desert. You can, of course, get, horses or camels and a party and some people to take care of them. Or you can use magic. And the magic is usually enchanting something that then kind of hovers or floats, and then you push or pull or have it magically propelled. And yeah, you can do that with, like, say, a boat.
Or magic carpets.
Magic carpets too, yeah. But when you're traveling in the desert, you'd probably want at least somewhere to put your stuff. Like, originally you'd normally have a wagon, but there's a lot of sand everywhere, and that wagon will get most likely stuck.
How about like a floating wagon that's magically propelled?
Exactly.
Yes, we can enter our wagon to do that.
Yep.
That falls under the Monkey King, because he knows the incantation for it.
Oh, would he be able to just get a wagon and then do that?
Yes.
What's on their character sheet?
Character sheet where?
The character sheet.
Oh shit! I gotta go check my DMs then.
Here, let me copy paste them.
Oh, duh. I see you typing right now.
For like magic to like propel a wagon by magic, the pig has arcane knowledge of D10. Um, but Charon doesn't have any magical knowledge.
I am going to send you something. I find that funny because we're playing a game that we're doing that's teamwork, collaboration, and building.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's a good card.
Yeah, and then the other one was a funny one, which was you said you wished it had a Celtic deck, and I pulled something from the Celtic deck. I don't take too much lightly into it. I just thought these card artworks are cool.
Yeah.
I also see that looks like the Star of David mixed with a pentagram for the Golden Serpent card. Sorry.
It looks kind of alchemical.
It looks arcane.
Mm-hmm. It looks a little.
I'll find the. I guess we'll find the YouTube video later. But
It looks a little Freemasonic because it has an eye in the middle with a triangle.
Yeah. Oh. Ethel. Monkey King. Ah. Monkey's reflexes, attacks, counter edge, celestial healing, so heals himself for 1 wound per combat. Correct? Was I reading that right, Chris?
He must be doing something.
Oh, sorry, I was saying he's not a magic dude. Sorry.
Well, how would we use if
We'll
our
just have
wagon's
to,
gonna get?
You pay
we'll just
somebody
have to use
else.
the pig.
You got
The only
infinite
other
gold.
character I know of would. The only other one we know on this adventuring quest would be Ethel, because she studied the magic in the Sacred Order, which was taboo.
I mean, we've got the pig. The pig has arcane knowledge of 10.
Mm-hmm.
The pig
And
would just
Ethel
tell you
has
go ahead
arcane
and
knowledge 7.
yeah.
What were you saying?
The pig would just tell you go ahead and just buy a floating cart or get a wizard to do it for you. You have plenty of the money. Don't worry, you basically have it. So yeah, as long as you guys are okay with it.
Yeah, we're okay with it.
So yeah, you go to another place where there's a wizard. You find an arcane shop. Let's roll D100 real quick. It takes a little bit of looking, but you find the right guy, and they ask you to get a wagon. You go, you find the wagon after a couple tries. You bring the wagon over. They explode the wheels off the wagon, but with the same spell, the wagon's still just kind of standing there. And then they bring the wheels back in, and they're just still kind of rotating somehow.
Yeah.
And they then kind of reattach diagonally.
Yes.
And so this wagon doesn't look right at all, but it's kind of floating there. This happens after you gave them however much gold. Let me roll for that. It's probably in the like 15,000 or more, just so you know, though. But yeah, whatever amount you brought in, just check 15k off. Maybe 25k if you want to be giving them a tip. Because
Can she bring in 11 million gold?
Oh, sorry.
Can she bring in 11 million gold? Because that's what she's got in the raid game.
Yeah.
How much gold can we bring in?
11 million. So that'll pay for the wagon.
Yeah.
Out of it.
Yeah. Just know that in the space-time metro, you have a cosmic warehouse, a cosmic storage, where you can just keep all your stuff there. So then you also have a way of accessing that, and then so you can just go access that, get something, and then come back. So that much gold would be kind of difficult to roll around with, but yeah, you got access to it. Let's say.
25k. We can always go back and get more when we need it.
But yeah, you do have it basically. Yes, you do have that.
Yeah. Rice is over there.
Take Discovery.
Jaden, you buy that for now.
That was for lunch, dinner for tomorrow.
What?
That's why I need it.
What do you need now?
Hold on.
That I thought you were eating that.
Oh, and you also
Okay,
got
well,
a nice double wagon.
I'm getting this. Oh no.
Here you go.
Just step to the side and let her get her rice, because I might have to make some more. Because that's 2 cups. And don't burn your butt on the pan. It has some seasoning, but you like pepper.
What about a double wagon?
You basically have a magical floating double wagon to deal with the desert. Check off another 5k so that it doesn't have to worry about desert conditions as well.
Okay. What about water and stuff like that?
And now for the water, yes. Now we'll want a portable hole sort of thing. Those are usually like 50k in most high fantasy games.
Okay.
So you got the portable hole to hold like tons of like water and food now. Don't worry too much on that. Now we need the water.
Anymore.
You still haven't visited the aquifer yet, but the water here, you could spend like 150 to 200 gold and have enough water for like a month or so. It's really expensive. Especially for water.
Well, it is a desert.
All right, I'm back. I heard everything.
Okay. So yeah.
Well, I think that like Taryn and Henwin don't have like a lot of gold. If I remember from the book correctly, they were kind of poor.
Yeah.
But I guess Ethel is rich, so
Yeah.
Since she's got 11 million gold, I won't worry about it.
Yeah, she's like from an army and has an army and is kicking butt for a kingdom, and then sojourned over to here and is like, we're gonna try and fix up this place now, bring glory to the kingdom, basically.
Yeah.
Is that about right?
Yep.
Okay. So, we have a floating double wagon loaded with a bit of water, and then the food. Probably spend another 50 to 150 on food and have enough for like 3 months, basically, depending on what quality food you want.
Dried meat would be the best.
Well, yeah, but there's different qualities and types, and yeah, like you depending on the elf, like they could be, like a vegan elf, they just eat plants, and then they got lembas bread, which is hyper compacted, special, magical, nutrient dense bread plant that you eat like a couple bites and you're just full all day. But then there's, normal, like you said, meat that's dried, and then there's other sort of rations and stuff. So you have access to anything you want, really. What sort of rations you want?
Eggs and bacon.
Exclusive?
They're gonna have to be fermented eggs. They're gonna have to be fermented eggs.
Yep.
Well, we can just bring like travel rations, like pemmican.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, pemmican.
Okay.
Yeah, we can bring like trail bars like that, like pemmican.
Alright. Waters, pemmicans, and nutrient dense things, and most of that's covered. How would you keep yourselves from going mad?
You going mad?
Yep. It's entertaining stuff.
A couple of scrolls from the library.
Couple of scrolls from the library. Alright. You can take some books too. They have regular books. What sort of books as well, and how many?
Fantasy novels.
So more history.
Fantasy novels in a fantasy world.
I mean, that's a thing.
Or how about the romance novels for the...
They can be historical romances then. They can be historical romances.
There you go. And you'll get an extra boost to knowledge history. After we do some upgrades on the character, we'll just put a couple things in there. And, oh, that's explained by my reading this book. Or these books. So yeah, you get all those things. What about musical instruments? Do any of them play anything? Do they have any art pursuits? What's their personal lives? Would you give them? What would you paint them? Personally, just writing wise. Also, I will be right back because I am super hungry. And I'm just going to grab something and put it in my bowl and be right back and then eat.
Okay.
I'm scared to say something wrong because I know this is a recording.
There's not too much wrong. Then at worst, you can just DM it to me, and we can keep that part of the game private.
Alright.
Okay.
Okay.
Food procure.
Okay, what are we doing now?
We're choosing which direction on the map to go.
I don't see a map.
One moment.
Okay, didn't you say we were in Zephyr Oasis A?
Yep.
That looks like Australia. That
No,
looks a lot like Australia.
definitely not Australia inverted into an ocean.
Okay.
Most of the white area is either desert or forested desert. Mostly desert.
Okay.
I'll be adding
So
more detail later.
we're trying to go to wait, there were two artifacts that you said that we had to find, and now I can't remember what they're called anymore, that we have to take to these
Oh,
shrines to
no,
turn the water back on.
You guys already found them. The other party has them.
Oh. So we already have those two artifacts? It was like,
Well, they have them, but you guys can do some of the footwork. There's more to the story.
okay.
If you want to, you can go visit Kylan Thorn over in Zephyr Oasis C. It's a lot. It's like the southern part of it, so it's a lot closer than it would seem. It's actually like half a day's trip up there, even though on the map it's a lot farther looking.
Okay. If we've got these two artifacts, what are we trying to do now? Because isn't that the goal? I thought you were saying we needed these two artifacts and then we could take them to the shrines. So
Well, while the other
are we
party is doing that,
Okay.
they dived headfirst into Aqualon, and you're not sure if they'll come up for air yet. It's been almost a month or two now.
Okay. So are we trying to find more shrines or what are we trying to do?
We're gonna go, if you want, talk with Kylan Thorn to find out where all the shrines are.
Okay, so we are trying to find shrines and we can find that in Kylan Thorn. Okay.
Yes.
I'm okay with that. What do you think, Beth? I think she might have turned off her. Yeah, she turned off her microphone.
Oh, I'm sorry. That's a good idea. No. Voice keyboard turned the microphone off.
Okay, so we're gonna go to Kylan Thorn and find more shrines then.
Yes.
Okay, that sounds good.
Okay, so as we journey north, give me 2 percentile rolls. We'll be riding the wagon, and we may encounter difficulties.
Okay,
Yeah.
what traits is it based on?
No, just 2d10s each. They're a percentile roll.
2d10s each? Okay.
Yep.
Let me see here. Keeps trying to capitalize everything. Oh, I did it wrong apparently. Oh, maybe it has to be next to each other?
No, there's a space.
Here you were, and I
Oh,
rolled a 10.
I had my exclamation point and my R backwards. Hold on. RD
That's okay.
plus D10. Okay. Okay, so I'm using Avery because Purity doesn't return the results for me. And I only got an 11.
No, Purity is showing the results for me. You got a 2.
No, you only rolled 1 dice though. With the Purity,
Oh,
you gotta roll 2. Roll
okay.
another one.
All right. Sorry. Why does it always want to capitalize that? I don't want a D20. I want a D10. 8.
Okay. So you got 18 and I got 11.
All right. So what do we do now?
The person who got 18, roll me a D2. Heads or tails? 2 being tails, 1 being
Alright.
heads.
Sorry, I was responding to a message.
You're okay. Heads or tails? 1 being heads, 2 being tails. Go ahead and roll that D2. Then you pick before you roll. Let me know.
2.
Okay, so tails. And, well, they kind of tie into each other. So, give me notice rolls. Oh yeah, the
Who
R
rolls?
and the exclamation and the D and the 2 are to be put together. Like I would go and I'd put the exclamation and the R together there. Oh.
Are you using Purity or Avery though?
I prefer Avery
Nice.
myself, but it don't matter. Whatever you prefer.
Because one
I'm sorry,
says
I'm checking
112.
the chat stuff, and I was looking at the poll slider. Can't use it around dogs though. It's too high of a frequency noise, and it'll freak them out.
Okay, what was it?
Oh, I was just looking at the typing chat, and you posted like a arc lighter that looks like it's very dented.
Oh yeah, that's my arc lighter. Yeah. I don't use.
I
it
gotta show
too
you a
much.
picture.
Well, I use it a lot, but I don't like hold it on. I just ignite a wick and I use the wick. Oh, where was I? Oh yeah, oh yeah. So notice rolls. What's your notice ability?
Notice ability. Oh God.
Skill. Notice skill.
Let me see. Okay. Early Tehran has a notice of D6.
Okay.
So did you just roll a d6?
For your skills, you add a d6 to everything since you're a main character, so that's 2d6.
Okay, Henwen has a notice of 12.
So then they'd get a d12, a d6. So we'd go d12
All right,
plus
fine.
3d6.
Okay.
Do I need to roll?
Yeah, go for it. Everybody should roll.
All right, so D2D10.
What's your... No, that's different. We gotta find your notice skill. 2d10s is like luck rolls and result rolls and what's happening around.
Just roll 10.
What's your notice?
I would have to look. Hold on.
Skills, fighting, athletic, intimidation, nothing.
Well, if we're talking about monkey or...
Oh, monkey has it. Notice D8. Boom. Yeah.
Yeah, he has D8.
Okay, so if Taryn has a notice of D6 and Henwin has a notice of D12, oh, I already forgot.
Yes, he gets D12, and then because the other one would be a D6, you go D12 plus 3D6.
3D6?
Yeah.
Why is it 3?
Because the other guy is 2D6, because you have 2 luck dice and a stat or skill die in there. And then the D12 is a skill die, and it's 2 different characters.
Okay, I'm confused. So it's 3D6 because you get 2 for luck, 2 rolls for luck, and 1 for what else?
The other guy's notice ability.
So wouldn't it be 2D6 and 1D12?
No, D12 is a skill die. The D6 of the first of the 3 is a skill die, and then the other 2 D6s are both of their corresponding luck dice.
Oh, okay, so I'm rolling for notice and luck at the same time.
No, it's just how lucky your notice is. Like, it goes with it. The dice is lucky.
Okay. Let me see.
It represents their luck added to the doing of the skill. So yeah, actually, go ahead in that way, yeah. But
okay, I'm using average.
If you want, yeah.
I got it.
Responds.
Oh wow, I really have a shitty roll here. It's really awful. I got a 15.
Well, good thing our characters have acted out some stuff. Which one rolled shitty?
The D6s. I got a 6, a 1, and a 1.
Well, the 6s, the 2 1s don't matter.
Total.
The first one's a skill die, so that's really good that it got a 6, and then you can re-roll that 6 too, and add that to the value.
Oh, so roll another 6.
Sorry?
Yeah, roll another one.
Okay.
Do I need to roll?
Yeah, what was D8 plus D6?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
All right.
So that is 17 if they put them together, or 8 and 7 total for each person. Hegwin astronomically gets it double time. He sees a ghost off in the distance. He sees a figure that you can kind of see through, and he knows it's a ghost. So he would whisper it. The rest of y'all, you don't get it. You don't know what it is unless you roll really high. R, D8.
Okay, so
6.
Taryn doesn't know about the ghost.
Yep, no. Sorry, what?
So Taryn doesn't know about the ghost, but Henwin does?
Well, they both know about the figure, but only Henwin knows that it's not. It's see-through. Yeah, literally only Higwin. So what does Higwin do?
Why can't he tell them that it's see-through? That it's a ghost? Are ghosts dangerous, or are they just, kind of just hanging around?
It just depends on the ghost. So, you're gonna have him tell him? Can he talk? Does he talk?
Yeah, he talks to people, so why can't he tell everybody about the ghost?
Then he goes and
Because
it's Henwin to see, if I remember correctly.
Act out what he would say. Tell us the way you would think he would say it too, if you want. You don't have to.
I see a ghost in the distance, and he's see-through. And I don't know if he's dangerous or not. I assume that Henwin doesn't know if the ghost is dangerous or not.
No.
Ethel sees the ghost too.
You see the figure, but you're not sure if it's a ghost until they speak up about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She hears the whisper in the distance.
Yep. Even more
I hope
so.
I'm not.
Roll again here. Roll a d8 plus d6.
All right.
Beth.
All right. Excuse me.
Plus.
Sorry, iPhone keyboard.
Yeah.
So
It happens.
yeah, I enjoy this. Yeah.
Thank you.
Kind of nice that you're recording this, to be honest.
Mm-hmm.
Let's
Always glad to help.
D6.
Yep. Ooh, you can re-roll
8.
that d6.
All right, I'll
maximum
reroll. D6.
Yep.
Three.
Wouldn't you prefer the 5?
Well, I'm using purity at Irvi. Yeah, I gotta figure out how to change that to my actual username now. But I think it'd be easier if I ever. Oh, sorry.
I think the average works better. At least when I do it, it returns 2 dice, whereas the purity doesn't return both dice for me.
Sorry.
I don't know how to make the purity return both dice.
Same. It'll only do so many of one dice. It'll do like multiples of the same, but yeah, I don't know why it won't add them. Well, anyways, so yeah, you would get this time around that, upon second and closer investigation, this valley you're in is kind of, funny seeming. It's like you're walking into a big circle.
No, shoot. Let me put my phone on the charger and let me.
Okay. So it's kind of like a meteor hit or something like that. It's like a
But there is something special about this crater that our heroes do not know about.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. But because it's like a circle, I was wondering if it's caused by like a meteor impact or something like that.
We're not sure, but do you stop? Do you go back? Do you go forward?
Well, we should stop and investigate it and see. Maybe we can figure out if there's anything special about it and why it's circular.
You just get that it's a big circular area. It's a bunch of sand, and it's in the middle of the desert, and then there's like a ghostly figure out in the middle of it.
Yeah, that's weird.
So how do you react to this ghostly figure in the middle of this big circular area?
I have just a big, giant smile on my face right now.
Okay.
All right.
What
So
is
what do we do?
what is the
Can we
spirit
just let
for
the
the
game
spirit?
master roll the dice for us, and then we
Yeah,
decide what we do with it?
that's fine. I can do that for you if you want.
Yeah, because I suck at it and I take too slow.
It's okay. It's okay. You just tell me and I'll do it. Yeah.
All right, roll a d6, and that'll tell us what.
What does the spirit attribute have to do with? Does that have anything to do with talking to spirits or anything like that?
Not really. You'd want, like, you would use that kinda, but you'd want to use the magic user to use their magic to then do a power and then bend that power by spending a penny to do that.
Okay, so I know the pig Penguin has arcane knowledge of D10.
Okay.
That's the only like magical thing that I see. Maybe the pig can roll a D10 to figure out what's going on with the ghost.
Yeah, you could roll that. I'd allow it.
Maybe, maybe, maybe she can get like a prophetic vision or something
Yeah, that's what I'm
about.
saying. Yeah, yeah. So D10 plus D6 while they mull it over.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Okay, so she rolls a D6 and I roll a D10. Okay.
Well, the D10 gets a D6 for the luck. The luck goes with everything because you're a wild card, a main character.
Okay, so I roll a D10 and a D6.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then for your character, something we're thinking. Notice.
Well, I have really terrible rolls. I got a 7.
Yeah, I told him to roll for me.
Yeah, I keep getting like 1s and 2s and 3s.
You have
Like
7 bennies.
7, yeah, I rolled a 7.
Bennies. No, you have 7 bennies. You start a game with 3 and you play out your character in different ways to get them or advance the story to get them. Or make everybody laugh too, that works. And so you spend 1 and you'll go down to 6, but you get to re-roll.
What's a Benny? I don't.
A Benny
Is
is
it
like
a
a
penny?
poker chip, a benefit. It's like a special poker chip that I hand out at the start of the session. Everybody gets 3 at start. And, like, if somebody were to shoot at you, I'd roll the damage for it, but the damage hasn't hit you yet. You can spend a Benny and then roll what's called a soak roll off of your vigor. And that's one of the main functions most people use it for. But the other thing you can use it for is you spend a Benny and you can re-roll a roll. Or you can talk to me about if you want to do something special that's not really in the system, but you got a bunch of bennies and you want to spend them to do the thing, then that'll probably work too.
Okay, so why am I spending a Benny?
To re-roll a roll that you don't like. You can't roll lower. You cannot roll lower. You'll just keep the roll that you had, or you roll higher. Or roll the same.
Okay. Okay, well, I got a 10 that time. Whatever.
So yeah, you get well, obviously the ghost died out here to something, and something to do with this circle just keeps happening, whatever it happens. So there was a sandstorm a little while ago, and maybe somebody died out here at this point in time after a sandstorm. So whatever event that keeps happening right after a sandstorm, this guy is connected to. He doesn't like it happening, probably, or who knows. But they're out there in the middle of this circle.
Okay, so do we have to be worried about a sandstorm coming in and killing us?
No. It already came and went.
Okay. But something happens after the sandstorm that kills people. But we don't have to worry about the sandstorm anymore, so that event won't happen again. It already happened.
Yeah, there's a chance, like, on your way back, but yeah.
Can we talk to the spirit?
Of course, if you go right up to it, it talks to you like it's a normal person, but they keep their hood down. If you get real close to, like within 30 feet or less, to actually talk with them, they look like a, maybe like a dwarf.
Okay. Well,
All right, what did we find in the crater after that?
Nothing, it's just all the sand blows into a center point, and the tracks just kind
All
of
right.
disappear on either side. Like there's normal like footpath tracks of all the time, and then there's a big circle right in the middle here, and then it's like a sandstorm comes and fills it back up or something, or covers
I
up the
kind of feel
tracks.
like we should talk to the ghost and just see if the ghost knows where there's any shrines at or something, because they may know something about
Yes,
like where there
on
might
that.
be a
Well,
shrine.
you guys are on your way to a druid to tell you that stuff as well. So either way, you can go ahead and ask it too. That works.
Yeah, roll a D2 to see what we get. Heads or tails. If we get heads, that means we can ask it. But if we don't, then we just go straight to the druid. Did I cut out again?
No. But why do we have to roll a D2 to ask the spirit? Can't we talk to the spirit and the druid? Or is there like we can only talk to one or the other?
I guess we can talk to both. But it'll tell us which one we need to talk to first. That sounds about right, Chris?
The druid's in pretty far away. You're like halfway to him, and the spirit's in the way.
Mm-hmm.
You basically you don't have to worry about that. You can just chat with the spirit now, and then keep going to the druid.
Okay, what skill do we use to chat with the
You don't. You just ask him
ghost?
stuff. 1
Okay.
second. I got a call. Go ahead and figure out whatever you're gonna say to this guy or thing or whatever it is, and I'll be right
Okay.
back. I'm listening though.
Do you want me to say something to him?
Well, I don't know what to ask him. I mean,
I'll ask him.
I figure we would ask him if there's any more artifacts that he knows about, or ruins maybe where there might be shrines, ruins where there might be artifacts or shrines nearby.
Hold on. I think let's ask him, do you remember if there was any ruins nearby?
Okay. Ruins or caves. I know in like D&D games a lot of times there's caves with like treasure.
I'm sorry, I have a smile on my face right now.
Okay.
I'll tell you once we're done playing.
Okay. Yeah, I think we should ask it if there's any like ruins or caves nearby
Yep.
where there might be treasure or artifacts.
Yes. Yes, I can still talk. I gotta not neglect raid right now. That's gonna be fun to do. Ugh, I'm really gonna hate this. I'm very happy that we're working on playing a game.
Mm-hmm.
I should really not be on Discord that much, but it occupies my days sometimes. Just making sure no one. Yes. Where's your cup? Over there. That's your fork up there, Amy?
What did you say to the ghost?
Okay, so we thought that we would go ask the ghost, if there were any ruins or like caves nearby that might have treasure or artifacts. We thought maybe that was an important thing to ask. Do we have to use persuasion?
You can if you want, but you don't have to, really.
Okay.
Because when you go up and you try to talk to him, you know what he says?
No.
Run! Run!
Okay, so he's dangerous?
No, he's not dangerous. You feel like all the sand beneath you start to, like, go down.
Oh,
It's not
okay, so there's like
quicksand.
a sinkhole.
Yeah. So it's time to run.
Okay, so we run.
Yeah, give me agilities, athletics if you have them. The athletic
Okay,
skill is
so
better than the agility, but if you
early
don't have
Terran has an
athletics,
agility of early Terran has an agility of D6.
but do they have an
And
athletics or no?
Penguin athletics.
The skill.
No athletics.
Nope. Okay,
There's fighting
that's
and
different.
survival.
Different.
Okay.
Yes. I
Um,
agree.
and
I'm
the
trying
hen
to be
has,
talkative,
yeah.
but I'm multitasking right now.
Penguin has an agility of D6, and Terran has an agility of D6.
So both of them are d6s.
Mm-hmm.
So roll me 4d6. And then Sun Wukong, did they have an athletics? Or acrobatics or whatever? Beth?
Yes.
Do they have athletics or acrobatics or whatever?
Athletics for Ethel is battle training.
I mean, is there a dice skill rank or is it just agility for their core attribute? And there's
Just
no skill?
agility and
Yeah. What about Sun Wukong?
He has agility.
I mean, does he have athletics though, or acrobatics at all, or no?
Yes.
What does it say? Ah, he has an athletics D8.
Yes.
Ethel has a D8 as well, so 2D8, 2D6.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, add all that together that I just put those 4 dice rolls out.
Oh,
Actually, just the D8s. Or one row of the D8s.
Oh,
'Cause
that
the other,
is gonna be That's gonna be Cheese's forte because I suck.
no way.
Yeah, she can do math better than I can.
Well,
Okay, what am I adding?
we're just.
The 2D and stuff.
It's okay. I'll just 12, 25 on one of them, and the other rolled a 30, and the other rolled a 9. Yeah, one of them rolled a 30, and the other one rolled a 9. Whichever one you choose.
I would choose a 30 since 30 is better than
No, I
9.
mean both of her characters. One rolled a 30, and the other character rolled a 9. So whatever. Yep. The first one rolled a 30.
Okay.
Yes.
And then her second character rolled a 9. So they both probably hauled the cart really hard, and then your 2 guys were like, hopped off the cart and shoved it. And the sinkhole falls in behind you, and revealing a strange cavern after the noise stops and you get outside of the circle. Everything.
Okay, so we found the cave.
Yeah. Found a cave. You can explore the cave or leave.
Sorry, I had to shut my dog in the door.
Happens. But yeah, the sinkhole collapses behind you and reveals a cave.
Well, I think we should explore the cave because there could be like treasure or artifacts or something that can help with the shrine.
Okay.
Oh, Chris, I hope that does not ruin the recording.
No.
Sorry.
No.
My dog really hates
YouTube or
this
YouTube.
Person.
Don't worry. Discord filters out the noise a lot, so we're okay.
Alright. You're such an ass. I love him.
Okay, so are we exploring the cave or not?
Yeah, if you want.
I want to. What do you think?
Yes, I want to.
Okay. Okay, do we need any skills to explore the cave?
No skills for this one.
Nope. You just go in, notice. You'll want to use notice. Also, you'll bring out a torch, and both of you give me D100s.
D100s? Okay.
2 D10s, and then you take them as digits and not absolute values.
Okay, so 2 D10s.
Yeah, but you roll them.
Okay.
Yeah, they're digits, not absolute values. You don't add them together.
Okay. And we need notice too? Because
Yeah,
I have D6 for Karen. In a second. Okay. Let me see. Okay, I got 102. I got a 10 and a 2.
You got 0, 2.
0, 2. Okay, great. I rolled a 2.
We'll find out if that's good or not. And 43. Okay, one side of the cavern is collapsed in and just completely filled with sand. The opposite behind you guys, when you turn around to go back up, is crystalline growths that then go further in. They protrude from walls and floors, possibly harboring latent magic.
Okay. So now we use notice.
Yes.
Yes.
I'll be right back. Could you roll for our friend too? I'll be right back.
Okay, my notice is 6.
Yep. A D12 and 3D6, was it? Between the pig and them?
The pig has a notice of 12 and Taryn has a notice of 6.
Yeah, so a D12 and 3D6 for those two. And then Sun Wukong has a notice of D8.
Sorry, I was reading something for a second, and I needed to think. Oh, dang!
What is
She told me I'm bouncing around everywhere.
Liz? What does your characters notice?
Monkey, with his foresight, noticed that something must have happened in these caves long ago.
Okay, but what's your notice, your skill, like your notice skill?
Notice skill for Monkey King?
Mm-hmm.
30.
30, really?
Yes.
Okay, and what's your notice for the other one?
She is a level notice. 20.
I mean, you're checking your stats, right?
Yes, I'm checking my stats.
Okay. So a D30 and a D30 plus D20.
What's going on?
She says she's got a 30 and a 20 for notice.
What?
Yeah,
What do
because
you mean 30?
Monkey King, you know how he can see demons with his eyeballs, but he can also notice things that Ethel can't. So Ethel's on like a level 10, like 10 for notice.
Like you can roll up to 30, but no, you get a D8 plus D6 because D12 is the maximum.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Okay, so what's your notice stat for your two characters.
Yeah, it's
Liz?
a D8. And then the other one
D8
is a
and
D4 still.
okay, and 2d6s
Yeah.
Oh,
plus D4 plus 2d6. Okay. So she got a 19 and I got a 16.
uh-huh. Add those together.
Well, they stay separate, but yeah. You guys, roll me, uh, 4d8s.
4d8s? Both of us? Alright.
Yep. Totaling 8d8s.
Alright.
All I roll is ones all the time. I'm constantly rolling ones. It's ridiculous.
Hey, I'm surprised you even agreed to do this.
I'm just like, all I roll is ones. It's oh my god.
That's okay. We'll win.
Oh, shit.
That's why we have bennies.
Forgot. I forget. I forgot the R.
It happens.
Ah, why isn't it not working? The stupid bot. I swear, it finally took me. Purity says 25. You guys still there?
Yeah.
Did I cut out again?
No.
Alright. I rolled a 25. Alright, what do we do now? Huh? Can everyone hear me?
I can hear you. I don't know what he's
Sorry,
doing.
what was each of your totals?
Mine was 25.
I got a 15.
Okay. Sorry, I'm trying to find something.
Yeah, I did not get to, it was just too windy here today to do anything outside. So yes, I can still play the game and do my other thing I'm doing. It's weird how I am able to do that.
Hello.
Hello.
Almost there. I'm trying to find this chart.
My friend Liz and a new friend I made named Chris, and we're playing like a D&D type story-based game.
Okay.
It's kind of like D&D, but it's a story,
Okay.
and you roll dice and stuff like that.
Yes. And I quite enjoy this, to be honest.
Yeah, it seems pretty fun.
It sounds fun.
We're exploring a cavern right now.
Alright, there we go. Okay, now, 18, 4, 8, 12. What were the numbers one more time? I finally found the chart.
Oh, hold on.
25.
I think I had a 15. Didn't I have a 15, Liz?
Yep.
Yes, you had a 15 and I had a 25.
Okay. Roll me 5d20s on the 25 and 3d20s on the 15.
Okay,
Oh,
give me a second.
D100s. D100s, not 20s.
3D 100s? Does that mean we roll 6d10s?
Yep. Yep.
Okay.
Each one is
Okay,
a
I gotta
D10.
get back to my phone. I gotta get back to my phone because I was getting a drink in the kitchen.
I can roll if we want.
Let me see here. Okay, so 6d10.
Yep, and this is your crystal hoard stash.
Okay, so I rolled a 54, a 99, and a 6.
6. Yeah, 6. And then now I need 10d10s.
10d10s.
Okay. Can you roll for me? I'm about to send a message to someone. Please.
Yeah, I can do the rolling. Okay, so I got a 54, a 64, a 38, a 33, and a 71.
All right.
Boom.
$2K.
So you find
For the
you don't even have to mine these out. They're just laying on the ground.
I would go with the 4K.
I think we get all of them.
Yeah, you get all of them. They're just laying out on the ground, and you realize that you can grab them without blowing up.
Oh, what the hell, Discord?
Okay, so we pick up all the magic crystals. I'm not sure what the magic crystals are for yet, but
They have random spells and stuff in them, and you can use them to craft magic stuff. And yeah, will make it easier to craft magic things. And they're heavily used in Magitech, which is also linked to the Ebony Sun.
Magitech. Okay.
A person who uses magic is able to vaguely understand Magitech, but a person who doesn't understand magic will have a small idea of what's going on, but they won't get how it works.
Okay, so my pig will have some idea of Magitech. Because
Yep.
Henwin has an arcane knowledge of 12, I think. No, an arcane knowledge of 10.
They'd be able to grasp it just fine. Yeah.
Okay. So the magic tech, does it have anything to do with the shrines?
Indirectly, kind of, but not directly. No, it's like ancient Magitech.
Okay.
But you know that the over-harvesting of these crystals hasn't helped, but it's difficult to gauge whether that's true or not. You don't know if it's actually over-harvesting or not. Because they do just kind of pop off out of the ground.
Okay. Okay, so we explored the cave and we found magic crystals and that's it. That's the whole cave. There's no treasure chests or anything like that.
Nope, just a bunch of crystals that were growing, and then there was a cave in over on the other side, subterranean, and the sand just flew in. And again, because it keeps happening and then emptying out, and then a sandstorm hits, and then it fills up, and then it opens up, and then, yeah.
How long does your recordings last?
Hours.
Oh dear.
Okay,
Hmm.
so I guess if we're done with the cave, we should probably leave and
Go
um,
towards the.
continue on our journey.
Okay, so there isn't much else happening on the way to there. Any little miscreants, they just scurry out of the way. Um, Even the bandits who would normally maybe attack you just look like normal civilian dudes. Are like, yeah, hi, yep, no, 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 no. At least from how you guys rolled. And then you get to the place,
Okay.
and it's an oasis. And there's two ways you can go. You can go into a sort of funky cave system that looks like it leads down into the water, or you can go over into the forest and follow a forest path.
I'm kind of interested in the cave. What do you think, Liz? Or do you want to go to the forest?
Forest.
Yeah,
Oh,
the
okay.
druid's in the forest.
The druids. Okay, so let's go to the forest then.
Okay, so traveling through Zephyr, Oasis, what's the one at the top? Is that B? Yeah, traveling through that, you come to a clearing. The forest is much denser than you thought it should be out here in the desert. It's incredible. It is literally quite an oasis. There's more trees out here than you thought from all the water flow. Oh yeah, you also realized that from the water flow that might have caused another extra cave in and the magic crystals to be revealed more readily as well. But yeah, you meet a hooded, cloaked figure in this clearing. There's a minor babbling brook with a small little 5-foot waterfall that goes down it, and then a hut far off to the right, enclosed in some tree trunk rootage that looked like it was split open somehow at some point before they got there.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, so I suppose we should talk to the druid.
You get a strange greeting as a bunch of birds fly up and away like they're afraid, and then a stag starts to charge you guys. He holds his hands up. He says, "No, they're visitors." And then the stag snorts and then gallops off. It's like, how is a stag
Okay.
out here in the middle of the desert? What? So you.
Okay.
Yeah, but this is a nice forested area. So you get to meet this very old guy. He's got like a gray beard going on. It's thin but roundish. You know, the type of roundish that someone gets when they are just kind of really happy all the time. Like they're not fat. They're just, you know, they've got that roundness to them. Hello, how can I help you? I am Kylan Thorne. Who are you all? And what brings you to my
Ethel.
glade? And who's this? Do any else of you introduce yourselves and would want to interact with this person?
Yes, I want to interact with them.
Yeah, I think we would all introduce ourselves and greet the druid, Kylan Thorne. I have kind of a bad memory and I can't remember, but I think we're looking for artifacts to bring to the shrines. I don't know, so I suppose I would ask him.
You're looking for more shrines. I gave them a
Looking
chart.
for,
I can give you the same chart I gave. and he hands you a chart with well over 40 to 60 odd shrines
Okay.
all over the world.
Okay.
And he says,
So he knows where all the shrines are.
most of them. Not all, but most of them.
Yes.
This is
Okay.
usually wizards' work, he says, but, well, they're all kind of busy dealing with magitech and trying to redirect water, which is usually my job.
Oh.
But I've been busy trying to keep these forests alive.
She don't want it.
Okay. So redirecting Magitech moves the water?
No,
Is that what?
no.
Because you knew I was. Oh,
I mean, yes, in a way, but it's ancient magitech, these shrines. There were magitech before magitech.
You don't know
Something
they are.
completely different.
Okay. But our goal is to return water to the deserts and make things grow again, right?
Yes. They took our areas as your heart, but I'm sure there are other crystallizations of water, and we could also possibly find another Lantern of Dawn elsewhere at any number of these shrine locations.
Okay.
We are unsure if they'll come back from their journey into the hidden shrine, Aquilon. It was
Okay.
dangerous to even go. Outside of game, you and I, yeah, it was the hardest area, and they're like, let's go here first. I'm like, yes! They're gonna kick butt.
Yes.
Because they kick butt anyway, and they're gonna kick butt downwards, and they're just gonna dance on the game when they come back. It'll be fun.
Okay.
Anyways. So yeah, they're in an unknown quest, and we will hopefully hear from them soon.
Okay. So he gave us a list of shrines. He's a druid and he knows magic. Can he teach my Henwin any magic?
He can teach him some druidry, but Hinwin's more predisposed towards arcane magic, which you would find more readily available down in Solstice Watch, or Zephyr Oasis C, or
Okay.
2 or 3 of the other cities on the map as well.
Okay.
And it would take like a chunk of time, but I'm sure you'd have it. It wouldn't be a problem.
Okay. Does he know of any place where we can find... Do we need weaponry in this game? Like
It's,
magic swords and that kind of thing for our fighters?
because
That helps.
people will be after Headwind.
Yep. It will help, certainly, in your quest to have some sort of form of defense as a last resort. About, a third to half of them might be able to be reasoned with. The desert is a harsh mistress, though if your luck holds, you might be able to reason with them all. Maybe.
Okay. Does the druid know where we can find any weaponry or armor?
Yeah,
The trader.
Yeah, any of the shops will have weaponry and such ready for you. Something I can give you that might help is this amulet of protection. He takes off an amulet off of himself, and he says, "This isn't my best amulet, but it's one of my better ones, and I use it to stave off the heat. You get an amulet of protection that shrugs off extra heat and fire damage."
Okay.
So it's Amulet of Protection plus 2. That then is, +1 versus fire. Or -1 to the incoming fire, basically. In terms of like, oh, it's a wound, it's 1 wound less. So it's actually like +4 to your toughness versus fire.
Okay.
I'll write these stats down.
So there's 4 of us, and I'm not sure who we should give that to.
Hmm.
The least equipped one, that's not a pig.
The least equipped, I think, would be Torn, right?
Yep.
Tarn has all D6s up for everything.
Monkey King is not well equipped.
Monkey King doesn't need much. He's got the super staff.
Ah, yes. So Ethel. She has nothing.
Ethel's got a pike, doesn't she? And a shield.
Kind of like a pike sword and a shield, but nothing else.
Yeah, that's pretty heavily armored. She's got
Right, this is hard.
Yeah,
we'll
Taryn
figure
just
out
put
the gear here in a minute because this guy is not
Yeah,
the gear
put it
guy.
on Taryn.
But don't worry.
Put it on Taryn.
Yeah.
He needs the gear most in case we come under attack.
Okay. He doesn't seem to have any weapons or armor or anything like that. That's why I was asking about that.
Yeah, we're gonna get you a sword too here. Or whatever weapon you like. What's your favorite weapon from anything? Any melee especially. Or range, or what do you like? Do you like to throw the bolus things? It's like the balls with the rope.
For Taryn, boy, if I remember my D&D, bows are like agility, aren't they? No, that's knives. Strength is swords. What is bows?
Bows are also agility, but it's shooting
Okay, they are
specifically.
agility.
Fighting is to hit with the sword. You can train the skill up. You can make it stronger, kinda. Yeah, you can even enchant the sword to hit more readily and give you a +1 to your attack rolls and stuff. Yeah. That's all things.
Okay, but both Ethel and what is her other character's name?
Monkey King, Son Wukong.
Monkey King? Both Ethel and Monkey King are melee though, right?
Pretty much, but the Monkey King can pick something up and throw it, I'm sure. They can both, you can all throw stuff. So if you get knives or a stick or javelins, you can throw things. But yeah, you can get a bow if you want. Yeah. Or a
Well, I was
sling
kind of
or
thinking
bullets.
that maybe since they were kind of melee, maybe Charon could have a bow. Since his agility 6 and his fighting is 6, so it doesn't seem to make a difference between the two.
Okay, and then if somebody gets too close, we'll get you a sword as well if you want, or is there a melee weapon you'd like?
Sword is fine.
Even an exotic one, weird one, like a scythe or whatever.
Ethel looks like on her kit she always has a dagger, if I remember correctly.
Okay.
Okay, so like a strange weapon.
Anything.
Well, if I remember correctly, in the books, Taryn carried a sword, so I guess I would just stick with a sword. He didn't have like a weird weapon like a mace or a bolo or anything like that.
We probably would
Or a
have a bow if you
katana.
want him to.
Have a
Yes.
what?
A bow if you want him to.
Yeah, I kind of want him to have a bow because we don't have any distance right now.
Yep.
All right, that sounds good. And the dagger for Ethel.
There we go. You both get daggers. They're D4s. Plus strength.
Do I need to write this down? Like,
Yeah.
okay, so Terran's strength is D10 now? Oh, you're writing it down.
Yeah,
No, his
he just
strength
sent me a.
didn't change yet.
Oh, I know.
You can change his strength. We can upgrade it. But
Well, I don't know
he's
when he
not late
switches
yet.
from. Yeah, I don't know when we switch from early Terran to late Terran. That's the question, is when does he switch?
Sorry if you heard me say he. That's a happy noise I make. No, that's a weird one. Gotta think. I
We'll
that
probably
one.
get really close to there, and then for like a final area, we'll just switch
Well,
to
geez,
him.
if you always need to go, we can always pick this up again.
Yeah.
Okay. So, should we explore those caves too that we saw when we came in because we went to see the druid?
Oh, those caves? Kylan asks. Those are already explored. The previous party fished out the Azure Heart, and then they went down into the other part of it and found the Lantern of Dawn, and then they went to the third area out in the middle of the desert and went into those ruins for the shrine that I calculated was the first reactivation shrine that should be used. And then they reactivated and shoved water into this area through the magic currents.
Oh, okay. Okay, so those have been explored.
Yes.
We have weapons. We have an amulet of protection, which is on Terran. Can you think of anything else to ask the druid, Liz, or did we hit everything?
I would ask him if he knows of any ancient scrolls that would help.
Oh, okay.
Ancient scrolls that would help. Ancient scrolls. Oh, yes. That promising young elf mentally solved a problem. You noticed that he slipped up and almost said something like elemental when talking about the last party, which would be weird for this place.
Okay. Elemental. Okay, well, elemental is a type of magic, right? So
Right, but
maybe there's a magical scroll.
no, hold on. Well, yeah, but no. It's not so much a scroll as a poem. He goes and he fishes out what looks to be like a modern news report, almost.
Okay.
Oh, sorry. I just met a server member that's on the other server that I've been playing with the tarot bot on. Unity Water Dance Heart Orange Light. Oh. How in the hell did you find that, Chris?
This
Oh, wow. Okay.
is my, I got a friendly AI to help me generate this all the way. So I had like the basis of it and the ideas of it and the numbers,
Yeah.
but it
Yeah.
pieced it together the rest of the way.
Oh, yeah.
I
Oh,
had
yeah.
guts of it.
Mind being called
And it would
Liz.
have took me like 50 years.
Oh, yeah. It took my friend like 4 days to finally figure out that equation, and he had to stop because his PC was just too slow, which I'm happy about.
Yeah.
But
yeah,
don't have to worry about it.
he pulls out this scroll that says, in unity waters dance, awaken the heart with lanterns alight. Seek where the crossroads of earth lie, but only a chosen path binds life to 7 truths. The roots of the earth hold what is lost. Weave the lights to awaken the world. Paths true will find hidden water, and lead those who hear its call to the prime 7. In sacred shrines entwined by earth's will, lanterns born, lights grace, call and fill. The heart shall rise when paths are true, only in numbers hidden, known but few.
Okay. I'm reading what you sent.
The second message pieces all 3 parts together and then just sticks it at the top of the message.
Okay. Abbas?
Oh, Chris, if you check the chat, you'll see the lighter that I took a picture of. Like the
Okay,
chat.
so do we need to go to the final ocean, Aquilon?
Nope, the other party's already doing that.
Oh, that's right. That's where they went. The hidden
But
one.
don't they die?
That's funny. No, they haven't died yet.
Now what do? We talked to the Droon. Now we need to find a 4th shrine.
Well, there's 5 for a number of them over on the other side of the planet.
Yeah, that's what that was saying, was there was 2 already found and then 1 in Aquilon, and then there's 4 more on the other side of the planet.
Yeah, we traveled to the other side of the planet to find the other 4 to restore the water.
Yep. And then you'll mark them out, and then you'll send the message back to Kylan magically. We'll then send the message to them that, hey, these are the right shrines. Go here.
Okay, so there's 4 specific shrines that have these lanterns and hearts on the other side of the planet.
They've
That
got the
we figured out.
receptacles, but they may not have them. Those might be there might be extra of those in the other shrines, though. Yes.
Okay. So there's 4 special shrines on the other side of the planet. Do we need to visit those 4 shrines?
We gotta figure out which ones of the several over there are those 4, because there are several shrines over there. And they're all over the place.
Okay. And this scroll doesn't tell us which ones are which.
No. Just says that they are.
Okay. Well, I guess we better start visiting shrines so that we can find the 4 that are important. They're aligned, it says.
Yes.
The 4 others are aligned. Okay.
So you'll at least.
What is
Oh, sorry.
what is the hidden water elemental?
Oh, that is. You get it out of him. He says, well, there is someone who's trying to bring water back to Eskozar. They are a hidden tribe of water elementals. Excuse me. And one of them is named Abbas, although she usually is hidden herself as an elf. For obvious reasons. She's made completely of water.
But Monk can
and can
through her
generate
disguise.
water.
Okay.
she has come here to perform this quest to bring the water back to the land. And she has gone down into Aqualon. We are pretty sure she'll make it back, but we don't know.
Okay, so she went with that other group to Aqualon.
Yes.
Okay. Well, seems like everything's in Aqualon. Um,
Maybe.
Can there be two parties in case something happens?
Yes. That's why I was hoping to see somebody else
We
other
can-
than them this day. Since
We
they
can go to
disappeared.
Aqua. Let's go to Aqualon.
But the
Oh,
other
go where
party's
they
already
went?
there. And,
Yeah.
But the other party's already there. And you already know of Aqualon. So you might want to just hit the other places in case that party is okay. And then save Aqualon for last, I would suggest.
Okay, so we gotta hit the other shrines and try to find the 4 that are aligned on the other side of the planet. In those shrines.
Yeah.
Is that right? I mean, that sounds like to me. I don't know what it means by, okay, the 7 truths are, we found 2, there's Aqualon, and then there's 4 more, and that's 7. Okay. What is does the druid know what the crossroads of Earth is?
Oh, the crossroads of Earth. Let me read that over again. Seek where the crossroads of Earth lie. Oh yeah, the crossroads of Earth. If I recall correctly, he breaks out a rudimentary copy of the world map again. I'll send it to you 1 second.
I can still talk. They introduced a new feature called multi-battle.
Nice. Nice. So anyways, you see how there's these 5 areas. This 5th area in the middle is usually called the crossroads because it's in the middle of those 4. And there's a hidden
The Mirage
city
City?
there. Yes, there's a hidden city there with possibly its own shrine, but I'm unsure.
Ah, okay. Well, it says seek where the crossroads of Earth lie. So I think that's where we're supposed to go then. But only a chosen path binds life to 7 truths.
One truth, one lie.
What?
One truth, one lie. It's a game.
Mm-hmm. Well, there's
So
7 truths.
one person says, well, we can play however we want, right, Chris?
What? Say again?
We can play however we want.
Well,
There's
I mean,
two
the module's
out
already
of the-
built somewhat. What do you
Uh-huh.
mean, though? You can play however you want, though, yes.
So, out of the 7 truths, there's 3 that are real and there's 3 that are fake.
I mean, you could see
What?
it that way, but no, they're all real. It's just... There's more like several
Yeah, I have-
others. There's like 50 of them out there that are fake. Mm-hmm.
I think we should go to the shrine at Mirage City first because it says to seek where the crossroads of Earth lie. That's in the very beginning of like the poem. And there might be a shrine there, and it could be one of the 4. Yeah?
Yeah. It's funny. There's 2 different tarot bots. Funny, there's...
Okay, so what is this about? What it's talking about? A magical crystal well and using it to teleport themselves. Is that the other party
Yeah,
that did that?
yeah. If you want, you can use. Are any of these characters remotely psychic?
Let me.
Monkey.
The monkey is
Monkey,
actually psychic.
yeah, that's why I said he could sense the ghost.
Yeah, let's have him, because of the nature of his notice, do a meditate. We'll stack this on as a magic ability later here, but it's we'll spend a Benny to change his meditate thing, to then roll whatever that is, to then get a clue, and then you have all that information too.
Henwin has danger sense.
Well, Hinwin would know that they were in danger, but now they're just facing whatever's down there. Whether they're in actual danger or not, it's kind of up in the air. It's kind of like a city environment with a bunch of like dangerous dungeony things all around them.
Okay.
What time is it there for you? I know you have to work in the morning.
Yeah.
It's 10.
It's 10
I'll
o'clock.
probably have to. Yeah.
You have to head to bed.
We can always pick this up later.
Yeah.
Do you think we're at a stopping point?
We can be if we want. We can get ourselves to a city first and then make sure our equipment's at least semi-done.
Yeah, I got a
Yeah.
little bit of time.
Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, we have the chart. We go back over to the city. Do we want me to roll encounter real quick?
Yeah. Just go ahead and roll.
We were going to meditate or something like that on the magic crystal well, though, right?
He did. And then what was his ability scores? That might apply to that. Excuse me. I gotta find them, sorry. Because it's Beth's character. And it is... It would be under the celestial healing, but instead of that, it will go and... Yeah, we'll add it later, but it's part of the celestial ability. And roll me a d8 plus d6, which I'll just do that, yeah. You get a 6, which would give it to you basically. Would you like me to roll higher though? You have a total of...
Roll higher.
Okay, we'll see if we can roll higher. You spend one of your... I'm thinking you're down to 7 bennies from 8, so we'll down to 6. Boom. 8 if it were, we hadn't spent any earlier. Or...
Yeah, I knew whenever we can always finish
boom. There we
the
go.
gameplay.
So yeah, you get that they had a strange and very strangely fast journey into the city down there. Their boat was really super magically defended against the hyper pressure that would normally crush them, and they did have some enemies attack them, but they then used a couple of funny tactics to scare them away on the first one, and then they they moved down into a crystal cavern, and then they decided to used that to teleport themselves forward, and then from doing that, they came out of another part of the crystal vein that then, because the arcane energy kicked up some ghosts, and so they faced some ghostage for a second as they went through the crystal warp space, and then came out the other side, knocking some ghosts off the side of the ship, and then there were more peaceful and pleasant ghosts who then also aided them when the paladin reached out for help, and then they got their own another defensive crystal, but that crystal will stay at Aquilon. And then, yeah, that's where they're at right now, and they're talking to like merfolk and blue people and humans and other types of people down there, and yeah.
So what city did we go to? Did we go to Mirage City or a different city?
You haven't gone anywhere per se yet. We're just heading back to one of the other cities. So, which direction do you want to go? Do you want to go to the? Do you want to head so far east? You're on the west side of the map, or do you want to head west? Because you would know.
Cheese makes the decision this time.
To give you more coverage of the map, Sunspire is where the most Ebon Hand, or you would think of them as bad guys, would be. But they'll act like good guys until you find certain ones, and then you can fight those more. But they're mostly all centered around Sunspire is the biggest concentration of them, I'd say.
Are you suggesting we go to Sunspire? Because
Only
the
if you
two
wanna
places
fight
that
the
I know-
most.
I don't really want to fight
mages.
the dagger and no bow yet.
We could always go back to Oasis.
Yeah, and besides, that's really far away. The Sunspire. I'm just mentioning it as a like destination.
Does the pig need to learn any magic?
You will
Probably.
get that. So when we get back to the city, the pig was given the ability to go chat with a college that will help real quick, because the pig, he's smart enough to learn a magic, so you'll have it here when we give him any upgrades that you would like to do, and then he could then help pass that on to the others, but it'll take a little bit more time because not too many of them quite have the oomph, but they'll all build in strength through that plot piece point as well. So yeah.
Okay.
Which city do we want to get back to that's in the Zephyr Oasis area? Solstice Watch, or one of the outer Oasis cities, or one of the outer Zephyr Oasis? Because we're in the northern one, heading back in and out. Or we can.
Well, if we're not gonna go to Mirage City, maybe we could go to Solstice Watch.
Yeah, Solstice
Okay.
Watch will do. No.
Because, yeah, Mirage City would be like 20 D10s and a couple of big rolls to see if you went there, if you were trying to fast travel that. Like, we got to roll like a 16 or something. It's really
Okay.
far away.
Okay, well, let's go to Solstice Watch then, because you said there was some magic there.
Yeah. So you get there, and you have more access to the mechanical things and wizardry, whereas the nature stuff and the survival things are out on the fringes. You got your floating wagon, though, and the like, and all the survival tools from there. Oh, you're right near that aquifer you saw in the jar that somebody handed you.
Oh, cool. Okay.
So you head down there, and there's like a colony of kobolds and lizard men who worship some guy named Stray Saturnine as their lord and god king.
Okay.
And they welcome you as part of the returners of the water.
Okay.
It's in this strange aquifer system that's been turned into a city and then reflooded with water, kind of. Well, reflooded with water, then turned into a city, rather.
Kind of sounds like the sewers of Remark.
The sewers of where?
Or Mott. From the game we play. It sounds like it's basically like the sewers.
Yeah, they're literally kind of the sewers of the Solstice Watch, the aquifer for the area. They're reflooded twice by the main character.
Okay.
This has been an interesting call and I enjoyed it. I think we can stop. Do you agree,
Sweet.
Cheese?
Yeah, we could probably pick this back up on Friday or something.
Okay. But yeah, you note that
It's
this is
up
also...
to Chris wants to stream it again.
Yep.
Or when he wants to go live again.
Yep. Let me give you guys the bennies for the day then. If unspent, you'd probably went from 3 to 9 per character.
Mm-hmm.
And then both of you on one or the other characters spent like 1 or 2. I know some Wukong spent 2 at least. And then I think
Yeah.
I want to say Taran had to re-roll once, and the pig had to re-roll once. So they're probably at 8.
Yeah.
And then XP wise, I'll just say we earned. Oh shoot! Let me count the events of what happened today. We assembled the party. We went to the library. We actually got the knowledge that we needed and wanted. We charted the course and went through the desert. We actually got to Kalen Thorns, and then we headed south to Solstice Watch and met the lizard people and kobolds. So that advances about 6 plot points. 6 XP. Does that sound about right?
Okay.
Yeah, that sounds right.
Because 5 XP is a level up. And a level up, you can boost a thing up a die type, or in terms of skills, you get 2 skill ranks that you can then use to either learn a new skill or boost up a pre-existing skill. I'll give you the 5 pre-existing skills. You all have a D4, and then also we could use this boost up to stick on an edge or basically an ability that then would enable other abilities usually. In this case, like a magical edge, a background edge to give like powers basically. That then those powers do different things.
So each character has can level up.
Sorry, say again?
So each character can level up.
Yep.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep, they're all at 6 XP with none, well, however much they've already spent.
It's really bad out there.
6 over whatever they have on their thing that's not spent.
The dumpster lids are like slamming out there.
Yeah, I hear it.
Okay, so we can level up attributes, skills, or edges, right?
Yep. Those are the three main things. There's something
Okay.
else, but it's yeah. So yeah, you would spend 5 XP and then give Hegwin
Yes.
the arcane background powers or something like that. Or like wizard training, just edge wizard training, arcane powers or something to that effect. So that we'd know, oh, we want to look up that sort of language. Because there's a book. There is a book to this game. I just know it so well that I can just say all this and we'd go, oh, and then we'd be able to look it up later, too.
Yes.
I don't know what to level up. Because I don't really know what the attributes and skills and all that do. Well, he's got a dagger, so maybe I should level up fighting.
What's
Dagger
his
fighting D6.
Oh, it's good for now. You'll want to level up his abilities, or if you did want to level up something, you'd want to up his agility. So if you go to level up his fighting next, you'll just have to spend 1 skill point instead of more.
Okay, so agility helps leveling up fighting?
Yeah, because of governing stats. This game has governing stats. The skills are governed by the attributes, the governing attributes, rather. So,
Okay.
well, the skills are divided by 3, but most of the skills are in agility and smarts, with a couple under spirit and 1 or 2 under strength, but they've all been slotted into athletics.
Okay, so for Terran, I'll upgrade his agility to D7.
8?
He's got a D6, so he would
Yeah.
go up to D7, right?
No, it goes up by 2. Because how dice
Okay.
types work. It's D4, D6, D8, D10, and D12 as the 5 levels.
Okay. Okay, so I'll upgrade his agility to D8.
Yeah.
And then
And then later on,
maybe
we'll throw an extra 5 XP on for him for you to experiment with. Since he's like
what?
Since he's like fresh and would have had trouble dealing with whatever was in the desert and really got experience from that.
Okay. Should I upgrade his strength? I don't know.
No, it's fine at D6 so far. We want to upgrade, give him 2 more skill ranks, and then there's a skill list. Or you can get an edge for him. Would you want to look at that? Or is there something about him early on that he gets that's helpful that you remember?
Well, the late Terran says he's hard to kill for the edge. Maybe I should add that. Hard to kill sounds good. That might help him.
It's not. You don't have to worry about that too much early on. It's only later on when the combat's crazy and you're having to worry about actually dying. You don't have to worry about so much that early here.
Should I upgrade? So I upgraded his agility. Should I upgrade his fighting?
Oh, should I
Sure.
What champion do I upgrade then if we're doing that? Or is mine good?
You can do upgrades too.
I will wait. I think the only thing that...
It's alright. But how it works is 5 XP equals 1 either attribute die type upgrade or 2 skill ranks, which would then equal 1 skill rank equals when the skill's already learned, it lets you go up a skill rank so long as the governing attribute is at or above the new skill rank.
Oh.
Or 2 skill ranks also learn a new skill. And then, so yeah. I observed in the middle of complicated RPG stuff. One moment.
Okay.
So, friend, your skills, yeah, I'd upgrade your fighting by 1, and then you have 1 more skill rank you can put into something else. You can upgrade,
Maybe the notice.
yeah, to
Maybe the
D6.
notice because
Yeah.
okay, fighting and notice then.
Yep.
What skill should I upgrade on Monkey then?
On Monkey, you'd probably want to upgrade his, oh, you'd want to get a new edge. Here, let me send you the book.
Yeah, please do, because I'm confused. I'm a confused bird right now. Actually, I don't mind that you're recording this. God, I can't believe I even agreed to this, but it's fun.
I was playing a game.
Yep, and I'm recording to YouTube.
What's the game called?
Savage Worlds is the core thing, but I've twisted it and changed it a lot to be more about the ability to have the story happen more readily.
Got you. Is it also recording the voice call
Yes.
on Discord?
Yes.
Oh, hi YouTube. What's up?
Sorry, yeah,
I'm
we're on
Brandon.
recording Rainbow.
Yeah, so I made sure not to test because I know YouTube does not like that.
Yeah.
Does not like what?
Like a ton of cuss. Like, it don't matter too much because it's alive and it's not to kids, so it's not too bad. But yeah, we do avoid the cuss and that. Like, it's whatever.
Oh, I'm
But
sorry.
you're really clean
Yeah.
mouthed. You're cool.
Hey, that's fine.
Yeah, I didn't realize. Whoopsie daisy.
You're good.
Hey, that's
Anyway,
I didn't know anyone had joined the call until I heard that. Oh, someone has joined the call thing that it does.
anyway, I'll leave you guys to it. I don't want to interrupt the upload. But peace.
I think we're done for the night.
Yeah, we're about to wrap up.
Oh,
I'm gonna sing the outro and then shut her down, and then we'll finish the background stuff. But yeah.
all right.
For Henwin, should I upgrade smarts?
You could, but no, we're spending the upgrade on his edge. Let me send you. Oh yeah, the book.
Alright, I will read that later.
You'll want to give him a new edge. Just put magic. Just put edge, arcane powers, magic.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so for Henwin, arcane powers magic.
Yep.
Arcane power. Do I need to like write this down? Oh, you already did. Okay. And then I have strength is D8 and fighting and notice are D8. Is that right?
Well, I have
Probably, yeah. Yeah, wait, what was it?
Strength is D8, fighting is D8, and notice is D8 for Terran.
No, he's still young Terran yet.
Yeah, but I upgraded strength and fighting and notice.
No, it was agility is D8.
Oh, agility. That's right. It was
Yep.
agility.
Yes, I have not upgraded anything on Monkey.
So a Terran agility is D8, fighting is D8, notice is D8.
Yep.
Okay. Okay, I'm done then. Your turn, Liz. What are you upgrading?
I'm upgrading Ethel's skill on fighting.
One moment.
Yeah, Acolyte.
And we'll give him a couple of edges here soon. But for now, on Terran, that's Terran's block.
That's who was messing with the bot a little bit, but no.
Okay. Well, if everything's figured out for me, I'm gonna get off here. It's 10:30 here. I gotta get ready for bed.
Okie doke.
Yeah.
Thank you for playing.
Yeah, maybe we can do this. I think there's a concert tomorrow, but we can do this Friday, I guess.
Yeah, we can if we need to.
Yeah.
But it's up to Chris to decide. He's the game master.
Yeah, right. Okay. All right. Bye-bye.
Yay.
Alright, I don't know what that was about. I was just saying it was.
Let me sing the outro. Should I sing World With Me from Phantasy Star Online 2, Charade by Hale Bop, which is a cover of Last Place Finish on Mario Kart DS, or one of my newer songs, Silver and Golden Moon, or I could sing Neon Sky. I scared them away.
Do whatever you want to.
Okay. silver moon we find our way to harmony. Golden light surrounds us, setting all our spirits free. Feel the earth beneath your feet, the rhythm of eternity. Heartbeat of the universe, it's flowing endlessly. Silver and golden moon, heal us with your gentle light. Silver and golden moon, guide us through the darkest night. When stars align and shadows fade, we'll dance beneath the twilight. What light in our eyes will bring peace like a grand feast with the golden light. We'll bring love, we'll bring heart back where we know is right. And we'll go with true ease all the way to where it's so out to the edge of what we know, to receive what is of God, and bring it back from above and build it right from the start, free to be even greater, no longer better, getting better, to do our part. Silver and golden moon, heal us with your gentle light. Silver and golden moon, guide us through the darkest night. Oh, that was Savage Worlds. No, Sojourner's Wanderings, Ultra Multiverse, in Ebony Son Eskozar, Gaiden side story. Y'all have a great day, night, or time, whatever. Good lucky. Bye-bye.